as a young Christian, you sort of hard, the world makes you hard, and God gradually softens through love, like I received through vision.
And we have Gayle Greenwood from Halliday's Point from New South Wales. G'day, Gayle. Lovely to have you with us. And Mandy and I are thrilled because you came to Israel with us back in 2013.
Yeah.
Yes, Ian, I did. And we
great.
still talk about it. I would come again in a drop of a hat, of course. But, we so fondly remember you guys and all those amazing places we went to. And it does bring the Bible alive, as you say it does. It certainly does.
We're so glad that you came with us. And Mandy, of course, recognised your voice straight away because she's like our little shepherd. She looks after all of our groups as we run around all over the countryside. And
Yes.
I know that you also enjoyed a book by Bob Gass, the author of the Word for the Day. It was called Starting Over. And that really helped you when you came back to the Lord. Tell us a little bit about how that made an impact on your life.
Oh, absolutely, because I got the word for the day because I came to the Lord, and as life has it, because as you grow, you get very confused as to the seasons you're in. And I did backslide, and I was a giver, just a monthly giver, just supplying the word for the day and for somebody else, I'm going back a few years, obviously. But then I, as the grace of God, you come back into revelation of his goodness and so forth. And I wrote to Vision Radio and said, look, I apologise for not keeping up my payments, but I'd like to reinstate that. And thank you for continuing. So that blew me away too. That softened your heart. That, you would send the word for the day, whether I paid for it or not. And as a young Christian, you sort of hard, the world makes you hard, and God gradually softens through love, like I received through vision. So you, Ian, actually wrote me a beautiful letter, and enclosed was the Bob Gass book, and Starting Over. And of course, in Starting Over, it was beautiful. Bob Gass' writing was most helpful. But what got me was the actual faithfulness to the mission of Jesus, that you would even think to do that. And that's Vision's heart. Well, then I became a monthly member and or giver and be part of your family. And I look at that as I get blessed more than what anybody else does, because not only what comes over the airways, but it's also you're in a family. You're in a family of believers, and the covering of that. I know you guys pray for Australia and all who's in it, but when you're part of the family, I feel that you sort of too get part of that covering. But bless you, I tell you what, you and Mandy, it's such an encouragement just to even know you and to even be able to speak to you. And she's an amazing woman, Mandy.
Yep.
Mate, that's like 9 years ago.
Yeah, well, she's blushing at the moment. Thank you so much, Gayle. We appreciate your encouragement, and you've just really articulated, the heart of the ministry about us wanting to encourage others and to help them to be able to look to God every day. How about you just give a bit of a challenge to others who may not have ever given yet? How did you make your donation? Tell them how you did and how easy was it?
It was beyond easy to just follow the prompts, and I think I might have rung because I'm not great on IT, and I probably did ring to begin with. But then every year I just look at what my husband and I, Phil and I, we look at what we do, and what we really do like to do is add another $1 to our monthly giver. But one of those things is when you do give, it's not just giving the amount, it's giving it to Jesus. And it is like the boy with only the 2 fish and the loaves of bread. But, one of Bob Gass's stories about a beautiful little girl named Hattie, and she was a black Negro girl, and they were in a poor place, but their Sunday school was so small, and the pastor wanted to start to get money to open it up. Get a bigger place. And she went home and she started to save her pennies under her pillow. And she died. And when her mother found that, it had a note, to Jesus. It's one of those stories that grab your heart because this help me make more to save more money for the children to have more room in their Sunday school. And I've just forgotten what that pastor did, but I think he auctioned those pennies, and that there is building there now with her, in honour of Hattie.
Interesting, isn't it, Gayle, how creative you can get with what God has given to you, like the little boy and the loaves and the fishes. Gayle, thank you so much for sharing your heart with us on Visionathon and for making your donation earlier. Great to be able to reconnect you with Ian and Mandy.
Thanks,
and Gayle, thank you so much for a generous donation. God's richest blessing on you. And for listeners right now, just like Gayle, why don't you make your gift for Visionathon? You can click donate at vision.org.au.